Whittward Carver, The Prisoner's Dilemma Dinner. Picture this. Lord Snootington's grand dining room, a stuffy, high-ceilinged affair filled with more antiques than a museum and more tension than a high-stakes poker game. Our dear Dave, dressed in his best and only suit, has been summoned for a dinner that promises to be about as comfortable as a root canal. Lord Snootington, Dave's uncle, is a man of considerable wealth and even more considerable eccentricities. He's the kind of bloke who wears a monocle just because he can and uses a pocket watch instead of a phone. He's also a massive fan of game theory, which, as Dave is about to discover, can make for some rather unusual dinner conversations. The meal starts innocently enough. The butler, a man so stiff he makes the King's Guard look relaxed, serves the soup, some fancy French concoction that's more consonants than vowels. Dave, trying to be polite, takes a sip and immediately regrets it. It's like drinking a hot liquid onion. So David, Lord Snootington begins, steepling his fingers like a Bond villain. Are you familiar with The Prisoner's Dilemma? Dave blinks, taken aback. I don't know, Uncle. Is that the one where you have to choose between a goat and a car? Lord Snootington sighs, a sound like a deflating bagpipe. No, David. That is, let's make a deal. The prisoner's dilemma is a classic problem in game theory. It goes like this. Two criminals are arrested and imprisoned. Each prisoner is in solitary confinement with no means of communicating with the other. The prosecutors lack sufficient evidence for a conviction, so they offer each prisoner a bargain. They can either testify that the other committed the crime or remain silent. The possible outcomes are as follows. Dave, already lost, interrupts. Mate, I just came here for a free meal, not a bloody lecture. Undeterred, Lord Snootington continues. If A and B each betray the other, each of them serves 2 years in prison. If A betrays B but B remains silent, A will be set free and B will serve 3 years in prison, and vice versa. If A and B both remain silent, both of them will only serve 1 year in prison, on the lesser charge. Dave scratches his head, confused. So, what's the right answer? Lord Snootington leans back, a wicked gleam in his eye. That's the dilemma, David, and to make things interesting, I've decided to apply this theory to our dinner tonight. Suddenly the butler reappears, carrying 2 plates covered with silver cloches. He sets one in front of Dave and one in front of Lord Snootington. Under these domes are 2 meals, Lord Snootington explains. One is a delicious, perfectly cooked steak. The other is less desirable. A blend of Marmite, anchovies, and Brussels sprouts, to be precise. Dave's face pales. He hates all 3 of those things with a passion. Now, you can either choose to swap your plate with mine, or keep your own. But here's the catch. If you swap and I have the steak, I'll give you £100. But if you swap and I have the nasty concoction, you have to eat it all and give me £100. Dave's mind races. He looks at the covered plates, then at his uncle, then back at the plates. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while drunk. But Uncle, he says, a desperate edge to his voice. What if I just don't play? Lord Snootington smiles, a slow, cruel smile. Oh, David, you're already playing, you see. I've already decided what I'm going to do. The question is, what are you going to do? Dave, sweating bullets, stares at the plates. He has no idea what to do. He's stuck in a real-life game of chicken, and he's the one driving the car with no brakes. Just as he's about to make a decision or have a nervous breakdown, the butler reappears. Pardon me, Lord Snootington, he says, his voice drier than the Sahara. But the chef has informed me that there was a mix-up in the kitchen. Both plates contain the less desirable meal. There's a moment of stunned silence. Then, Lord Snootington starts to laugh. A deep, belly laugh that shakes the very foundations of the stuffy dining room. Dave, relieved and confused, joins in. The tension breaks, and the room fills with the sound of their laughter. And that, my friends, is the tale of the prisoner's dilemma dinner. A reminder that sometimes The best way to win a game is not to play at all. Until next time, bon appétit.